Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Drink?
No, thanks. Jill tells me you're sending Miranda to Italy.
That is so.
For how long?
Very long.
And how did you manage that?
I appealed to her better nature. But since she is a daughter of yours, I had to take out the big stick.
Thank you.
She's not so tough, thank goodness. Just needs a good man. The marrying kind.
Didn't she tell you?
Tell me what?
Well, what I told you. That she thinks she's found him in Paul Ross.
To marry?
Oh, no. Much worse to live with.
One day I will find a mother who really knows her own child. Poor Ross was just a giggle, and as far as she's concerned, the joke's well and truly over. It's a pity you didn't realize it was just a 2-day fling. And you wouldn't have written that crazy letter, would you?
I think I'll have that drink now, please.
However, as you did write that letter, the rest of the battle has still to be fought.
Well, between you and Ross?
No, that will come later. For the moment, it's between me and that policewoman.
I'm going to try to persuade her to drop the inquiry.
Yes, I certainly am. So just leave her to me. I know what I am doing, and you and Miranda didn't.
True, O King.
Jill, I've just heard something that could turn out to be bad news for us.
Don't talk to me about bad news. It's not bad news.
No. Listen. I heard it at our accountant's. Otherwise, we mightn't have heard it at all, if it's not too late already. Apparently, the local council have called a meeting to decide on the final siting of the new bypass.
Well, don't ring the alarm bells at me. Jay Henry was supposed to have sorted all this out.
I know. We left him to do it. What happened? I found out a vital piece of news like this by accident. Now, why couldn't he have told us?
One guess.
Yes, exactly. He's done nothing, absolutely nothing.
Well, he has got personal problems.
We all have personal problems.
Yes, but we don't shower them all over everyone else, do we?
No. What?
Well, Jay Henry has just ordered Miranda to leave this Friday. And I don't mean coming back Saturday, because he's got me to book for her a one-way ticket to Italy.
Do you mean that you have let him sack her? Why?
Because I wasn't consulted, that's why.
Right. Is your husband in there?
Yes, he is. But he's not in the very best of moods.
Whatever his mood, could hardly be any worse than the one he has put me in.
Yes, this afternoon. Well, I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
First, you send Diane to Scotland. Then our secretary to Italy. Now what is next? Jill Harvey to New York? Our chef to Hong Kong? And what plans do you have for Paul Ross? Moscow? You all right?
No, David. I feel old and tired, and I don't know what round it is.
Can I get you something?
Thank you. No. I'm sorry about sending Miranda away. I mean, I'm apologizing to you for doing that sort of thing to the motel without warning.
Apologizing?
Never heard me do that before, have you? Oh, well, I've never heard me do it before either.
Well, I know something of your difficulties with Miranda, but will sending her away make it any better?
Yes, if you will leave me to deal with poor Ross in my own way. You see, he's got the situation at his feet, and he can kick me and mine all round it if he chooses. he can wrap us up in it and dump us in a trash bin.
Now, what do you mean, deal with him in your own way?
Well, for the sake of my family, I shall have to keep him right here at the motel. As close to me as if he were my own son. I'm not only asking you, David. I'm begging you not to cross me on this. I don't know whether I can win this one against him at all, but I do know that I will stand no chance whatsoever if you sided with him. That's how bad it is, if you want to make anything of it. Oh, David, that phone call I was making when you came in, I've asked Sergeant Halls to come and see me. May we use the office at 3 o'clock?
Wouldn't you be more comfortable receiving her in your chalet or my sitting room?
Val might walk into the chalet, and Barbara might walk into the sitting room, but the telephonist can keep anyone out of here who's not wanted. In the event of my taking a beating from that young policewoman, I'd rather there wasn't anybody around to witness it. I still have my pride, you see.
Doing that, aren't you?
Oh, I know. They've only just gone. They had second cups all round.
Well, hurry up. It looks bad at this time of the afternoon. We start serving teas in half an hour.
I am hurrying, honestly. What it is to have a mother for a boss. Terror. Oh, Mrs. Banks, hello.
Oh, hello, dear. I'm Kath. How nice, both of you together.
Oh, were you looking for us?
No, Mrs. Pollard, actually.
Oh, I haven't seen her since lunch. Have you, Glenda?
I think she might be in her chalet. Do you want me to ring through for you?
No need to bother. I'm meeting Marian later on. I expect we'll run into her.
Thanks ever so much for the invitation to the party. Kevin and me are really looking forward to it.
I'm so glad. Be rather dull, I'm afraid. Nothing but business talk.
Oh, Kevin's hoping to make some useful contacts.
Oh, I'm so glad. Hope you won't be both of you too bored.
Glenda, take those things through to the kitchen, will you?
I better. We're running a bit late. See you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I was going to ring you, actually, Sally, about the party. You don't mind if I cry off, do you?
Cry off?
You won't be too disappointed if I don't go.
Oh, well, of course, if you're working, I suppose. How miserable.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm off duty that evening, but if it's all the same, I'd rather not be there. I mean, it's best to be honest, don't you think? I mean, it saves a lot of bother in the end.
I'm sorry?
I mean, you didn't really want me there in the first place, did you?
Well, really?
I can't imagine anything worse than trying to be polite for about 3 or 4 hours.
Excuse me. Do you know if Mrs. Pollard is in? Can you find her for me?
There she is. Oh, Valerie, dear, now, isn't that a coincidence?
Mrs. Banks.
No, Sally, please.
Sally, it shall be.
Do you know everyone is looking forward so much to meeting you at the party?
Now, that's what I call a real shame.
Pardon?
Because we shan't be coming.
But, oh, you're teasing me. Now, isn't that funny? I just couldn't... What's gone wrong?
What I didn't realise, you see, Sally, dear, was just how much darling Jay would loathe the thought of going. I mean, I loathed it from the start, but then I have to put up with that sort of thing, the unbearable, for years in order to pacify Jay. But this time we're both of one accord. We hate it. But thank you so much for asking us. You know, Mrs. Banks... Sally, of course. You know, Sally, you look as though you could do with a snifter. Why don't you pop into the bar and treat yourself to a little pick-me-up?
Yes, but you see, everybody is expecting...
What do you get up to in those naughty suburbs?
What?
Nothing, darling, nothing. Have a pink gin. Bring the colour to your cheeks. I'd love to join you, but I think I've got a buyer lined up for the top half of my bikini. Toodly-bye.
Good.
Sal, what on earth's the matter?
That woman is mad.
Who?
Valerie Pollard.
What?
She's just said they're not coming to our party.
Well, why?
Some sort of joke, isn't it? Something I'm not quite with.
What are you talking about?
The way she said it. It was so rude, but she kept smiling, but it really was rude. They do that sort of thing a lot, though, don't they? Sort of in thing. I mean, Bunty does it, and then they laugh. She didn't mean it, though, did she?
I don't know, but look, what are you going to have?
A pink gin. What? No, Marian, she did mean it. What on earth am I going to do?
Carry on without them.
But it was for them. That was the whole point. I have told everyone they are going to meet J. Henry Pollard.
Oh, is that such a big deal?
Well, of course it is. They were green with envy, I could tell. How could she be so cruel?
Sal, you've put too much store by this. I honestly don't think it'll matter that much.
Of course it matters. They've turned us into a laughing stock. That's how much it matters.
Will that be all, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Glenda. Yes? And now, please, thank you. Oh, good afternoon, Sergeant.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for being so punctual. In fact, for coming at all. Oh, may I help you with your coat?
No, thank you.
Oh, but it's wet. Here, you can't sit down with a wet coat. Oh, you know, I do so enjoy visits. Can't have too many these days. A ticker, you know. I don't really know why they don't let me have as many as I like. I do enjoy them so much. Yours included. Oh, come down. I didn't know which you preferred, tea or coffee, so I've ordered both. Oh, do sit down. Well, now, what can I pour for you? Tea? Oh, dear, I'm terribly sorry. I forgot to take my pill. Would you? Thank you. I'll have coffee. I'll just see if there's any water here. Ah, yes. There we are. Well, now. There we are. I have to take one every 2 hours. And of course I have to take 3 before I'm tucked up in bed at night. Oh, thank you, yes. Is there something lacking? You prefer cream?
No, that's fine.
Good. There we are.
Thank you.
Well, now that we have our cups, won't you sit down? Well, we can't have afternoon tea standing up, can we?